Happy Halloween!
Woo!
Trick or treat! Who would have thought that we would ever publish an episode on one of the high holidays? Halloween.
When you say high holiday, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, high holidays mean very different things in a lot of different religions. So,
okay.
starting with
Didn't know if it was like
where in Judaism, New Year's is getting celebrated at an entirely different time than as by our. I don't even know what kind of calendar we're using. I'm going to say Gregorian, which is probably totally wrong, but it also doesn't matter to make my point. Yeah. So I did not make the word up. Just because I did not invent the word, it does not automatically imply I'm using it in the right context or to describe
if
the right
all three
thing.
of us think you are, then we'll just go with it, right? It's cool. It's cool.
I love it.
You crushed it.
Thank you for the support. That's why we're friends.
Anyway, the podcast. Ben, the podcast.
Speaking of friends, meet my very good friend Jemma. Hey, bestie. Welcome to the show.
Hey, bestie. How are you doing?
I'm living the dream. I mean, it is Halloween, and I'm celebrating with the two of you. Yes. Jess.
Why am I not a bestie?
Well, we're all besties.
We can't all be besties, but we're all.
Oh.
I like Gemma's answer better.
Ben and I have differing opinions on what a bestie is, I guess.
Apparently, mixed messages flowing across here, but
fine. I'll take the ones I like. It's fine.
There we go.
Carry on.
Thank you, bestie.
You're welcome.
I'm going to call you bestie 1 and bestie 2 just for because who else? How else would people know who I'm talking to? And I'm not going to tell you who's 1, who's 2, because otherwise Jess might be, yeah, but I don't want to be 1, or I don't want to be 2, or I want to be 0, because anyways.
Ben, the podcast.
We're recording. I did not notice. Jemma, welcome to the show. For those that have not met you, who are you?
Thank you very much, Ben. I'm very happy to be here. I'm Jemma, and I work at Redgate.
We kind of covered that part.
We did cover that. But, just in case, it doesn't help. It doesn't, hurt to reiterate. I work at Redgate in the Past Summit team, and I work with Marcella. Some people in the community probably know her very well. And I work with all the fabulous speakers at Past Data Community Summit and the Past Summit on Tour events that we now have running. And it's a really, really fun job. I feel incredibly lucky.
Awesome.
Nice. So, our first proper question about 4 minutes in on this show is always, what's your favorite data thing? And it can be a tool, it can be a feature, it can be a product, it can be something data adjacent.
Well, I'm going to start by just saying I am not a data professional. I'm not even remotely technical. I can barely operate this computer. So just bear that in mind as we go through. My favorite thing about data, I think, is that it helps you build a big picture. So, for instance, working in events, when you're there on site, you can get a feel for how the event's going. You can talk to people, but you don't really understand how the event has actually gone across until you get the data from your post-event survey. And that's when we can start to see patterns and see how many people are saying the same sorts of things. And it really, it genuinely does shape what we do with the event in future. So that's it's a really cool thing. And I mean, like, even in my day-to-day life, I track loads of things, for like health, for physical health, mental health, just, to make sure that I'm as informed as possible to, try and take the best care of myself I possibly can. I mean, we're always tracking things, and I love that when you do that for a prolonged period, you can start to see patterns and build this bigger picture. That's
but
what
not
I
a data
love about
person.
data. But not not a data professional.
Thank you, Jess.
Everywhere, and you love it. Okay, cool. I'm also not a data person.
Well,
No, I love that. I track all kinds of things about health, fitness, wellness as well. So I appreciate that. But yeah, very cool.
I would have made the same comment about you not being a data person after listing all the things that you're tracking, that you're generating insights from, and that you're driving decisions based on. I mean, sure. But no, I agree. Also, I mean, Jess, we're data people. We're just not data professionals. But
That's true. I'm not the
that
most
goes.
professional of professionals.
That's why we're besties.
Way, I like that. Awesome. Okay. Well, when you're not being a data person and you're not playing with your data, what else do you like to get up to? What's your favorite non-data thing?
My favorite non-data thing has to be my puppy, who I just adopted and who did finally calm down. He's not barking anymore. He's also obviously had enough of me for today. He's left the room. I was hoping to bring him up here and introduce him to you, but yeah, he is amazing. I wasn't expecting to adopt a puppy at this particular point, but the opportunity came up and I saw his little face and I couldn't say no. And now I'm walking 3 times a day and running around all the time, and it's very, very good for my health and well-being.
There you go. So more data, you're saying.
More data from the puppy.
Great.
Yeah. Tracking the puppy's data also.
I like it. What kind of puppy is he?
He's a cockapoo.
Yes.
He's more poodle than cockapoo, though. His dad was a poodle, his mum was a cockapoo, and he's red-haired and exceptionally fluffy. Just ridiculously fluffy. I'm so sad that he's decided he's had enough of me today. Because I did want to bring him up here.
You can share pictures in the show notes.
I'll share. Yeah, I'll share pictures.
Great.
See, that would kind of be my reason to get a dog as well, because it would probably be the one thing that kind of forces me to get out with it. And at the same time, it's never going to happen because my girls at home have been trying to get cats again for quite a while now.
They aren't as good at walking.
Well, they are good at walking. They're just not good at walking with humans. So I'm pretty sure the cat can get their steps in, but how's that going to help me? So
yeah. It is.
You could get them a harness.
You can. I have seen people walking their cats on harnesses. It's a thing now.
And to be fair, Chrissy has like she has a backpack or a stroller, I think, for one of her cats.
Yeah.
I could just see you, Ben, with a backpack of cat.
Thank you? Question mark? For keeping an open mind on the Ben cat backpack situation, I guess. But yeah.
Just like this video if you think Ben should get a backpack full of cat.
And just like that, the likes on the video are exploding.
Boom! Yeah. Most popular video ever.
Yeah, no. I mean, at some point it's going to be inevitable that we're going to have cats again, just because in the beginning it was my partner. Then my daughter is now asking every now and then when we're going to have a cat again. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know where this is originating from because she's 4 and everything. So
where did she learn this?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. At some point it's going to happen. I'm trying to make it last a bit longer. Because also,
cats are great though, because you have less responsibility, right? You just have to
agree.
Some food. You can, yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say you got less chores. I'm gonna say same responsibility, less chores, if that makes sense. Still, I want my daughter to be able to care for the cat or cats, as in properly feeding them, cleaning the litter, and everything, like teaching them responsibility, right?
Yeah.
And I think giving that another year or so would not hurt, but at the same time, I'm also selfish because even though you can easily be gone for the day or even like for a weekend and they'll be fine, unlike a dog. I love going on vacation. I love traveling and everything. And it gets ridiculously harder to do that because now you have to find like a cat sitter and everything. And then the cat sitter cancels basically the day before you're going on vacation. And you see where I'm going with this. So And the good thing is also, as we've also figured out in the past, Jess, none of our partners are watching this show. So I can clearly say, no cats in the
Boom.
foreseeable future. You'll never know.
Oh. That
She
is
will never
the
know.
plus of our partners not watching our podcast, but maybe one day they'll find this episode.
Yeah, I mean, one day we're going to have them on the show and just do an episode with them, and we're going to do it at some place where we're both in the same city, coincidentally on the same weekend, where we actually do manage.
Amazing.
But this is very far in the future.
One day.
Speaking of cities where Jess and I would potentially be meeting, in that city, we're going to have some food. So speaking of food, what's your favorite food, Jemma? Did
My
not see
favorite
that coming,
food.
Jess, huh?
Just hit me right in the face.
My favorite food is an interesting one because it's very definitely mac and cheese.
No, that's 2 for 2. Our
Episodes
guest
in a
last
row.
week had macaroni and cheese.
Love it.
But I tell you why it's a bit tricky though, because I prefer to eat vegan, so I don't really get to have good mac and cheese very often. Because I'm yet to find a really, really excellent vegan macaroni cheese. Okay. I'm sure it's out there. It is. I could even try making it myself. But yeah, it's not the same. It's just not the same. And I don't like to buy animal products, so like dairy or eggs, unless I feel really confident that they've come from an ethical source. So as a result, don't really have it quite so often. But when I do, it's always very nice.
Do you know what I see in your future?
What do you see?
A spreadsheet of mac and cheese recipes that you've tried and the data around how cheesy they are, how delicious they are. And then you could give a session at Pass Summit on your mac and cheese data. Ben will help you with a pretty dashboard or something.
Well, sounds like a plan.
I mean, Ben will not help with a pretty dashboard, but Ben knows people that can help with a pretty dashboard. How is that?
Okay. I just knew it wasn't me because I don't know if you've seen any of the art I've worked on. Amazing.
Well, I'm thinking of a Power Hour skit now that we're...
There you go.
This would be perfect. This would be gold. Gold like cheese.
Oh,
bubbly, good, wobbly cheese.
5 out of 5 on goldness, if that's one of the properties we're marking for.
We're going to use Beatrice cheese from Seattle. Nice.
Oh, yeah, that is good.
We're going to stick local, of course.
Yeah,
I can 100% relate to the mac and cheese. Again, it's still funny because our guest last week, Andy, he brought up the same favorite. I mean, he had pulled pork with his mac and cheese, which I also wouldn't have. So let's ignore that for a sec and
you don't need to mess with mac and cheese. I'm not really a fan of adding things to mac and cheese. Just it's perfect as it is.
What about ketchup? How do you feel about mac and cheese with ketchup?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
I love
not.
mac and cheese with ketchup.
Jesus, Jess. Way to ruin mac and cheese for me. Forever.
I also particularly like it on hot dogs as like a meal. But it could be a vegan dog. Then you put the mac and cheese on top, and then you put ketchup on top, making a whole.
Or maybe you don't.
Yeah, you could also not do that. Okay, although I have had mac and cheese
over.
That's it, done. It was ended over mac and cheese.
That happens.
Yeah, I have had mac and cheese on a burger before, though, like a veggie burger, and it was pretty nice. I'm not saying it's a terrible thing. I'm just saying it's not necessary. Just simple,
just a bowl of mac and cheese,
cheese sauce, bit of cheese on the top, and that's perfect.
Cheese on the cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese on the cheese. Maybe add some butter sprinkles on top, Jess.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
I mean, one of them. I mean, it's not exactly vegan. It's not vegan at all, and it's a bit posh. However, one of the best mac and cheese I've ever had some pieces of like lobster meat in it. That was so good. Ooh. So while I agree that, well, first of all, it's all about the cheese. So if it's bad cheese, no matter what kind of, then it's just meh. because the pasta, honestly, that's not rocket science. So it's the cheese that, and a good mac and cheese can go without anything extra to it, but it also doesn't hurt from time to time. That's kind of what I'm saying. Or add some kick to it by just cutting some small jalapenos or something in there. If you're into spicy food, it's not for Jess.
No.
We're going to make 2 different servings of mac and cheese. We're going to do one where we add some butter, one where we add some jalapenos, and we're both happy. How's that?
Wait, we could have a mac and cheese bar where we have the mac and cheese, and then we have like a plethora of things that could be.
So that is the thing. The place where I had that lobster mac and cheese, it was at a place in New York whose name I forgot, and it was basically a mac and cheese place. So they had like 15 different kinds of mac and cheese, and that's all they had.
Was it Smack?
Amazing.
Was it called Smack?
I'm gonna say maybe, because that is, as I really don't. It's probably been 10 years or so ago.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time. Smack in New York. Yeah.
Well, let's go have some smack in New York. No?
I mean, yes, I'm in. I'm in. Let's
Party!
go. Party in the USA.
Oh, should
and
be a
Miley
song.
saw it all coming. She even wrote a song about our trip to Smack. I will double check if it was actually Smack, because how bad would that be that we all end up at Smack and have these mac and cheese, and they're amazingly good, and then we figured, but it's the wrong place.
That's true. Please do your research.
There's that. I will make that happen.
This is a serious podcast, and you've showed up without your research.
I know. I did not know mac and cheese would be the answer. Then again, mac and cheese is always the answer.
Yeah, it is.
It is on me.
Well,
I'm hungry.
I'm going to do some research. I'm going to go get some more mac and cheese after the ones from last week, after last week's episode. Because, again, coincidentally, we are at time. So, Jemma, thank you so much for joining us and enlightening us on mac and cheese and on how non-data people collect little to no data except for everything.
No data here.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was our pleasure. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, everyone. Again, happy Halloween. Oh, I'm going to get some spooky cheese now. I'm going to get some kind of orangey cheese, because then it kind of looks like pumpkin. It's totally on brand for...
Oh, you could have pumpkin mac and cheese. Mix some of that in. Could be good.
I could do that as well. Well, I'll figure it out. I'll keep you
all posted. Kitchen.
To the kitchen, to the Batmobile, to the US, to Smack. And with that, see you all next week. Bye.
Bye, friends.